Welcome to the Morally Bankrupt Podcast. Shane here, along with Dan and Don. Starting off today, what do we got, Dan?
Let's talk about your local boy.
Oh, yeah. Local boy, Pebble Beach, Bay County resident. Good old Chase Seiffert, 6 under, second place currently. Looking good, first year on the tour. What do you guys think? I know Don's got a little bet on, man. What do you think his odds are going on with this?
Well, I mean, his actual odds in the bet line right now are plus 5,000, so go Chase.
It's plus 5,000?
Yeah, plus 5,000 right now.
Plus 5,000. So he went out day one, shot a 66. He's tied for second.
And his odds got worse. It was 4,100 at the beginning of the day. Now he's plus 5,000. It got his odds got worse.
Man. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
Obviously, the bettors or the bookies are not in favor of him, but I think he's got a good shot, man. I mean,
I could bet on Luke Donald at plus 50,000.
Yeah.
Well, Luke Donald isn't, 600 through the first round either.
No, not at all. I mean, I think it's crazy that he's still plus 5,000. That's just cuckoo.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they see him as being a rookie on tour. Don't think he can finish, but guy's got good game. He had 89% of greens today. So,
well, Dan and I were talking. I think so far, just on this calendar year, he's probably been the most consistent person on the tour so far. Yes, it's a month and a half, a month and 2 weeks in or a week in, whatever. But the dude's playing hot.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing good golf. He's making a lot of cuts. It's just going to be whether he can hold it together for 4 days. And I think he's got a good shot at it. I mean, that first day is a rough one because he's always kind of been iffy on his first day on Thursday. And then usually he goes low on Friday or Saturday, it seems like. And then he kind of is in the mix on there. But Friday seems to be the day he's really been going low on. I think he can make a good run tomorrow. And, if you go low tomorrow on Friday, 2 days in a row, you're in a position to win a tournament. So, be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you start off day one and you're hot, I mean, that's a huge confidence builder. Going to bed on Friday night, waking up Saturday morning, you're not thinking about trying to climb back from the middle of the pack to make a cut. You're thinking, all right, I'm 2 strokes down. There's only one person ahead of me. I can just maintain this.
Yeah, he knows he's already got the cut in the bag, so he's gonna get a paycheck.
Yeah,
absolute disaster. And
yeah.
It's a huge tournament, huge purse. So you're getting money. You're going to continue on. You're going to move up some of your points. But now you're it's like when you win your first night on a casino trip.
Yeah, right.
You got some momentum going into the weekend. And
yeah, he's playing the rest of the weekend with house money.
Exactly. And being a rookie, he's got nothing to lose, man. It's not like he can go, if he goes out and blows it, nobody cares. Because, he's a young guy. It happens. It's not like Tiger goes out and goes tied for the lead the first day. If he has a bad second day, everybody's taking a shit on him in the media, Right. But I think he's got a good shot. And I personally really like to see him do good, mainly for the fact that Bay County and Panama City, after Hurricane Michael, they need a winner, man. They need somebody that they can believe in. And it may not be – a lot of people aren't huge golf fans, but it's something that they can look at as a positive.
Right.
To the whole community.
Down there, Bay County itself, there's not a whole lot of people that have come out of that area that have really made it huge, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who's 28 years old, right? He's played 16 events, made 11 cuts, and man, that's a good start. It's a really good start, man. A really good start for a career. And hopefully, I'm not down there anymore, but hopefully the area really embraces him. I know for a fact that there's a lot of guys that used to play out at Holiday, Ombre, those sort of places that they still keep track of that guy.
Absolutely.
So he's got a following in the area. Hopefully he can stay with it, man, and just get a top 10 out of it. Win that motherfucker. Do
That'd be
something.
nice. I mean, it'd be great for the whole community down there and for him too, man. I mean, they just need something to bring him out of it. It's a slump since the storm. They've been nothing but lose down there.
Yeah.
You have somebody that comes out and wins from Bay County, Panama City area, or even just a whole 850 in general, 850 strong,
Yeah.
That's a big boost to the community because people just want hope. And I think that could be something that he could do for them,
Sure.
whether it's golf or anything. You just need something that gives you, okay, well, we're not just losing all the time. We did something,
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's something that can take people's mind off of, because I mean that place is still a mess.
Oh yeah.
Once you get onto the Panama City side of things are still super rough down there. So anything that can kind of give people a couple hours out of a weekend to just sit down and watch old Chase go out and hit golf balls, man.
Oh yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Anything to get away from that storm, man. That was a bad one, and it seems like a lot of people forgot about it. But, yeah, definitely.
It was bad enough to chase me out of town.
Yeah, sent you all the way to Indiana.
Right.
Welcome back.
Right. So, but yeah, good for him, man. What did you say? What was his, what percentage of greens did he hit today in regulation?
89%.
89%.
Which is what, 16 out of 18?
That is stupid.
It's crazy.
That is stupid.
Well, what's crazy is he was only 600. That's crazy. That means he at least two putt 10 other greens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that means he's capable of going a lot lower. I mean his career low is 64, right? Shot at 66 today. He could have been around 62, 63 if he would have, just run in a few more putts. But he can do it. The guy can do it.
He's always been a guy known for his iron game, and he was definitely on the day. So hopefully he keeps up the weekend. We're hoping for Chase. Good guy. Let's see what he does, man.
That's right. Chase, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Speaking of golf, you guys had something going on Twitter this week. Don, fill me in on what this was. It was something to do with 1,000 shots at a hole-in-one.
So yeah, let me just I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, so essentially, long story short, if you had an option to play a 100-yard golf shot,
it wasn't.
You get a hole-in-one. If you get a hole-in-one, you get $1 billion.
Hold on a second. What are the stipulations of this? Where is this at? What
This is just a question that was proposed on Twitter.
Okay.
And they essentially said 100-yard par 3, and
you
get.
I forget which hole it was. It's a short
Pebble Beach.
It's a short par 3, Pebble Beach. Set at 100 yards. And
what is that? I want to say isn't that the Jim Nance hole that he's got behind his house?
No, he has Augusta.
No, yeah. I remember this is the elevated hole at Pebble.
Pebble Beach's famous downhill par 3 7th.
Yeah.
It's playing 100 yards with no wind. If you make it, you get $1 billion. If you don't, you go to maximum security prison for a year.
Yeah,
do it.
That's Jim Nance's hole. Yep, replica of Pebble Beach's number 7.
There you go.
That's the one that old Peyton and TB12
rated. Yeah. Hey Jim, we're here. You guys can't just come in. Greatest episode of Peyton's Place. Hilarious.
No, man, it's cool. When a guy hands you a Lombardi trophy, it's basically just an open invite to his house.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
But anyhow, I would absolutely take this because it doesn't say. It says you get 1,000 shots.
You get 1,000 shots.
And if you make a hole-in-one one time, you get $1 billion. But if you miss all 1,000 shots, you go to maximum security prison for 365 days.
So I guess my question is, once I get out of maximum security prison, can I go back and take another 1,000 shots? Because I'm going to.
Yeah, we're getting $1 billion.
I'm
And-
going to.
And all between the three of us plus James, only one of us has to hit it. All of us become filthy rich.
You know, with my luck, I'd end up in some maximum security prison that's so awesome. They have a golf simulator, and on that golf simulator, there would be hole number 7 from Pebble Beach. And my first swing, I'd fucking jar it. I'd jar it. I'd slam dunk it. And then I'd probably freaking Epstein myself right there. Right there. Right there.
How'd he die? Just pitching wedge to the dome.
Yeah, no, I hung myself with a
wedge. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
no,
so
I'm kidding.
1,000 shots, but those are your stipulations.
I'm taking it.
I'm taking it. I know Don's going to take it too. I guess James will have to stay out, or we will have to hire a secretary and or whoever to run the podcast from maximum security prison. I guess we get phone calls, so it probably will be a shorter podcast.
Right.
All I have to say is please accept the charges when I call, guys. That's all I have to say. Just accept the charges.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making at least what I mean. If you hit, okay.
I've never had a hole in one. I'm due.
Here's my question. I have. So my question is, if you hit one, do I get to keep trying until I finish all 1,000 for another $1 billion?
Do you really need another $1 billion?
What? It's like saying you've already had a blowjob. Do you need another one? Well, yeah, I do need another blowjob, actually. So I'm gonna keep on shooting until I get another one.
But what if you go the second time and you miss?
Well, no, there's no going.
Or you just finish your 1,000. So if you hit on like shot 4,
it's like that guy that goes into the bar and
rest
hits on every single girl because he knows eventually the odds are going to work out to where he's going to get laid, right? Well, he's not going to quit trying after the first one, right? He's gonna get laid. He's going to go back and try it again because it worked. I'm going to keep swinging.
So there's potential for more than $1 billion payout, is what you're hoping for.
Yeah, but what's the incentive for the other people though? What are they getting for you trying more? Like they come out and say, all right, well fine, you can do it, but now you're gonna get 2 years if you don't get it in the next 500 swings. Like they gotta up the ante. Like it's like
still get $1 billion.
Yeah, you still get $1 billion. Yeah.
I'm doing it then.
Yeah, fuck yeah. $1 billion? You kidding me? Yeah. I'm just another billionaire in prison.
Yeah.
I'm getting out in 2 years.
Yeah, you have plenty of money on your
No, it only says 1 year.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, if you up it, even yeah, good behavior, you'll get out half that time.
And I guess it depends on how many shots it takes for me to hit one.
And if you're a billionaire, you can buy your way out.
Shane, have you ever had a hole in one?
No, negative.
Me either.
Okay.
I've been within 6 inches, literally, like 25, 30 times. But
my closest one was in a junior, one of my junior tours. I hit about 2 feet short of the pin, rolled up, hit the pin, backed up about an inch out of the hole.
Yeah.
I hit the flag stick one time and it bounced like into a bunker after that. It was.
Whoops.
Does that count as close? Like to me, I'm like, well, that was almost, but I hit the flag stick and it went in a bunker. So like I still bogeyed the hole. It was terrible.
How many of you had? 1, 2, 9?
I've had one. I had one when I first started playing. I was awful at golf. I was hitting. I was on a hole. It was 155 yards. I hit a 6-iron.
Damn it, I was close. I had 7 held up.
No.
Damn it.
I hit a 6-iron, and I hit it a little bit fat. And it 2-hopped right in the hole.
Was that at Tyndall?
It was at Tyndall.
Okay.
And I was like, it was literally one of those Happy Gilmore moments where you're like, oh, man, this game's easy. Just do that every time. And, man, yeah.
What happens?
Yeah. You don't even have to putt. Yeah. And that was
Did you
when I was
punch
first
Parker afterwards?
No.
Was Lee Trevino there to
Lee
witness
Trevino
it?
was not there. There was an alligator, though.
All right.
So that was cool.
So Chubbs was there in spirit.
Chubbs was there in spirit. Yeah, this was post Chubbs. But yeah, man, I've had one. I've had one hole in one, and man, hopefully
Did the
I get another.
officers make them all their drinks?
Did what?
The officers make you buy them all their drinks afterwards.
No, I was playing with a bunch of enlisted guys. They were cool, and I was like A1C at the time, so I was making like all of $500 every 2 weeks.
So you weren't buying. You were buying well.
I could barely afford shoes, right?
Barely afford shoes.
Never mind a car. God forbid I had to pay insurance. So yeah, no, it was man, just straight broke. I broke using somebody else's golf clubs, man. Yeah. So yeah.
And it's crazy that now you have all the golf equipment that you could ever want,
right?
And you don't get one.
Yeah,
It's amazing how the game, no matter how good you are,
it just
that one probability shot is just. And you have people that suck at golf to get like 10.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
A 20+ handicapper.
Yeah.
And probably like my 4th round I ever played, like seriously.
No clue what you were doing.
No. Now I'm like around a 6.5. And nope.
So it's almost to the point to where you almost the better you get at golf, the more you overthink it, the less the chance you have.
Yeah.
Whereas back then you just got up and you're like, hey, I'm just gonna hit it the hole, ping, and then it goes in.
I'm gonna hit this there.
That's the thing is, I've never had a hole in one. I have holed out from probably my approach shot probably 5 times.
Yeah.
I've seen Dan do that.
Yeah, I did that a few times.
The greatest one ever, though. Dan was up here. This was before Dan had moved up here, and he was up. I think it was probably for a Dave show, and we went to play golf the last day he was in town, and we went to the local course here. Last hole of the day, number 18, hard dogleg left. He hits it in the middle of the fairway, sets himself up perfect, just pops an iron, one hop, bing, in the hole, finishes the round. End of vacation.
Yeah.
See you later, Indiana.
Yeah. Yep. Getting ready to get on a plane that evening. It's like a walk-off home run. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. That's crazy. Think about how many times you've sunk one from 100 yards or further out,
but never on a tee.
But never on a tee box.
I think it's the tee box that you get nervous, man.
Well, you overthink it. Like I said,
right.
you overthink it.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas your 4th round, you just get up there and you're like, "Fuck! I just need to hit the ball at the hole. All right, let's do this."
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, like, what is it, number 10 on the Nicholas course there in Panama?
Yeah.
That's about 100-yard par 3.
Yeah.
Think about hitting 1,000 balls on that hole.
Yeah. And you'd think it would be amazing. But see, like, for me, 100 yards, like...
That's a bitch yardage.
Oh, that's my favorite yardage.
I would prefer 115. I was, honestly.
Me too.
Well, yeah, it probably puts you guys in between clubs.
I'm on between clubs,
Yeah, me too.
So 100 yards is kind of... That, and it's the elevated hole. So, I mean, I'd probably be hitting a 60-degree.
I'd say 100 yards. That's in between a sand wedge and a lob wedge for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a weird yardage, especially if there's an elevation change. It's a weird yardage.
Now the only advantage I have is the home course I played in through high school and growing up had a 100-yard par 3. I hated the hole growing up, but it also made me
get used to
learn how to play that kind of hole, which was good.
Yeah.
Because every course it seems has that one little bitch of a hole that's 100 yards.
Yeah. Every course has got that one par 3 that you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
If it's a 115, I hit my 52. My 52, I hit clean all the time and murder it. And I know where it's going pretty much. But that 60, it's a little slippery. I don't know why.
It's a crapshoot.
Yeah. I mean, Dan seen me hit my 60-degree 100 yards over a green and damn near end up in a pool. So, I mean, it gets ugly quickly.
Yeah, Don hit one from
200 yards one time, just about.
Yeah, Don hit one from the middle of the fairway on 9.
Yeah, at
Holiday. And he hit it over the cart barn.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So he hit that all of about 150, 160.
With a 60-degree wedge.
With a wedge. Yeah. Caught it just a touch thin.
A little bit. A little bit. I almost ended up in the damn pool.
So, all right. So we're all definitely 100% balls deep on trying to go to federal prison.
Except for James. Yeah, we have to James has to stay out just to run the podcast.
Should have been here to
should
have been here.
If
got voted out.
James can go too. And I think we would all have fun if do we get to go to the same federal prison?
I don't
Does it
know. I
say?
mean, if we all go down together, can we like be like cellmates and stuff?
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, at least the same cell block. We'd run that bitch. It'd be on.
I would hope we would all be able to go. Like, I mean, just makes sense. I mean, my God, you're volunteering to go to prison.
Yeah, I mean, we're rolling the dice, so go to federal prison.
Better let you pick which one you go to.
Yeah,
right.
so we're all going.
Let's just backtrack here a little bit. Something we haven't done yet is we haven't talked about the Super Bowl and the outcome of that. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, we smoked it.
Yeah,
Let's talk
absolutely.
all the winning. I like to say I started off immediately. The biggest winner. I took the under on the national anthem, so I won that.
But then you quickly went.
You quickly went the other way.
Then you quickly lost the coin toss, as always. As we tell you, tails never fails, Shane.
Well, the big
it had been 3 years in a row. It'd been 3 years in a row, and then the Super Bowl, it was tails. So it's like, man, I got to go heads. Got to.
Yeah, well, it's like walking up to a roulette table, man.
Yeah.
It's been black 3 times in a row. It's got to be red now.
Yeah, it goes.
Nope,
not today.
The one bet all of us lost. The one bet all of us lost. Demi fucking Lovato wore goddamn pants.
Yeah.
Did.
None of us called that. But didn't you say something about her talking about her sexuality like the day before or something?
I'm not gonna get too deep into Demi Lovato and
But I mean,
what she
I don't
prefers.
know.
I'd
never
have made my decision had I known that information.
Look, I will tell you the story as it happened at my house. As we were watching the national anthem, I looked at my old lady and I said, "Holy fucking shit, she's wearing pants." And she looked at me like I was crazy. I am. And I said, "What? You can bet online."
Yeah.
Right? If she was going to wear pants or if she was going to wear
Basically,
a dress, a skirt, shorts, whatever. And nobody picked pants.
No, because it's Miami.
And so she looks at me and she said, "Well, yeah, she came out of the closet like 2 days ago. She's a lesbian." I'm not saying that has anything to do with someone wearing pants or a dress. I'm just saying that might have swayed my decision.
I'm just saying I may have thought about it differently.
I don't care. It's hot in damn Miami.
I can't wrap my head around why you would wear pants.
Yeah, ever.
But, I mean, hey, I'm just saying that was a conversation in my house.
I like chicks, and when it's hot, I don't wear pants. Just saying.
I also don't wear pants.
I will say, though, she did a great job of the national anthem, and like Shane said, definitely hit the under. Shane was very happy with that.
She did a good job. I'll tell you what else really shocked the world. Not really. Shocked Shane. The under was the way to go with the bet, not the over on that one.
Yep, that one got me too. I got antsy with Shane and expected more of a shootout.
Man, no.
Dan, you were correct. Now barely, but you got it.
That game played out almost exactly the way I said it would.
Except, who said that the Chiefs were going to win by a bunch? Which they were 1.5 favorites, won by 11.
You said you were going to win like 54-3.
Yeah,
if they were lucky.
so your points were wrong, but you did say they were going to win by a bunch. Now with the 1.5 spread, 11 is a bunch.
I got over scores. It's 11 points. Well, I guess it's technically
they killed the spread.
But they didn't get your 50 points either because they would have handled the over right there.
Yeah.
What was my bet of the week though? Was literally the Chiefs. So anybody that took the Chiefs, on my advice, dominated. Congratulations. I told you it was going to be easy cover.
You're welcome.
But I'll tell you, Dan, you were on fire.
I think it was the best free cover because 7 minutes left. We were down by a lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, look. This is the bet that I am most proud of this past week. By a lot, might I add. The MVP of the Puppy Bowl.
Yep, you got it.
Was a female mixed breed under 17 weeks old.
Dan nailed every parlay leg on that one. Dan
Tell
nailed
me
it.
I don't know my puppy book.
And have you ever watched it before?
Every year.
There you go.
Since it's been on, except for I don't remember if it was on the year that Tom Brady, man, greatest quarterback ever. Sorry, James.
Bro.
Sixth race.
Tom Petty.
Ah, that
The
guy.
year Tom Petty did the halftime show. I watched that one.
Of course. Which was like 2010-ish.
Yeah, somewhere around there, 2000.
Speaking of the halftime show, I don't care about the controversy that allegedly was there. Whatever. I won my money on bets on that one. Just saying.
Did they
It was
actually pay out that twerk bet?
Yeah.
13-1 that they would twerk.
Yeah.
And pow, they twerked, baby. They twerked. Thank you,
Yeah, they
J-Lo.
paid out.
And y'all are fantastic women.
They actually did twerk.
Yep.
Yeah. And everybody that was hating on the halftime show, listen, you just need to go to the gym and work out more, ladies. If you're mad at Shakira at 43 and J-Lo at 50, because you're just being a bunch of haters. The only people I saw complaining were women about it. No man complained about that. Okay?
No.
Now, and for all of you that are so offended, listen, Cher wore less than that at the halftime show like 20 some odd years ago, and she looked haggardly. So just think about that.
It could always be worse, man. Hey, there was not a wardrobe malfunction, right?
Yeah, we didn't see any male nipples again in the goodness year either, so.
I thought when J-Lo was on the pole, I thought we were going to get a wardrobe
Hold on. Shane, do me a favor real quick, would you please?
Yeah.
Repeat what you just said.
I said when J-Lo was on the pole,
There it
I
is.
thought we were going to get a nice little wardrobe malfunction. It was close. It was within about a centimeter of covering that bet.
All of Vegas were on the edge of their seats.
Everybody was. And see, this thing is, I was calling out all my prop. I was in a bar and I was calling out all my prop bets. Mark was there, Allison, obviously, and then the bartenders, everybody. They were freaking out over my prop bets the entire time because I was saying all this crazy stuff I was betting on. Which, by the way, gentlemen, if you were the guy betting the crazy prop bets, the Super Bowl party, you were the cool guy because everybody wants to know what you have bet on.
Right.
Because they degenerate gamblers, we may not win as much as always. Granted, we hit 80% this year as a podcast on prop bets, so cheers, guys. But majority of people think you're crazy, but then they realize you're winning money off this shit. So when I'm sitting there saying I need a wardrobe malfunction, when she got on the pole, I was cheering. I thought we had it in the bag. Then it didn't happen. But the one that I did not think was going to happen, the twerk bet, which pays 14-1, which is extreme underdog bet of the day. Pow, covered immediately, like right after, and I was just ecstatic.
So I have another question on another one of the prop bets, Shane. So unless I missed something during the announcing, which I could have during the game, they never officially announced the lesbian coach during the game, but they had a commercial about her. So did that cover the bet or no?
I don't know. I actually did not bet on that.
Because it wasn't actually during the game they said a word.
Yeah,
it was a
no,
commercial.
that was the bet. The bet was the announcers had to say something about her, and they never did.
No.
No, so I did not cover.
Okay, so we lost that one.
Did you just call her the lesbian coach?
That's the only thing you heard in the news was it was the first openly gay woman to coach in the NFL.
Oh, all I heard was it was the first woman to coach in the
No,
NFL.
openly
Coach.
gay.
Lesbian until you just said something. I mean,
I didn't
She
either.
yeah.
I didn't either.
Yes.
I had no idea she was.
Yes.
I'm curious.
Like,
now.
Take it to the bank.
Let's see.
doesn't matter either way. All I care about
She's
is
the
whether or not.
second woman coach.
Second woman, first openly gay woman.
So okay.
I'll be damned.
Crazy. Either way, 49ers lost. So
Yeah, either way, she didn't get a ring. Neither did Richard Sherman this year. Sorry for him.
49ers can get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo in March. It'll only take a $4.2 million cap hit if they trade him or release him. Do you think they do it?
No.
With all these free
That's the reason they lost that game.
No, not at all.
They just got beat by a better football team, man.
Sherman got smoked there in the fourth quarter.
He do a pick at a very crucial time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's super easy to just kind of rat hole a loss into one play, but it's way more than that. And, looking forward, who are they going to pick up? Who's going to replace that guy? There aren't a lot of free agents out there. They're not going to want to pay Tom Brady what he's worth.
Well, if they think about what they pay Garoppolo, though, they're paying him big money, but they can release him. Only hitting a $4.2 million hit. They can go after whoever they want.
No, they're not.
But
not
who would they go
anybody
after?
you want. Brady's going to get $30 million wherever he goes.
Who would they go after then? That's my question.
They're paying Garoppolo like $30 million. So why would you not? I mean, if you want Brady for one last hurrah, I mean, do you think the quarterback was your problem this year? Obviously, your run game's great. Your defense is great. Garoppolo, like I said in the last podcast, didn't believe him. The best quarterback on the field was Mahomes. The best defensive player was Tyrann Mathieu, and that's why that Chiefs team won. They made plays.
All right, so here, I'll just do this for you real quick, all right? Here are your top free agent quarterbacks.
Tom Brady.
Teddy Bridgewater, Dak Prescott, Jameis Winston, Ryan Tannehill, Marcus Mariota, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees. So let's go through this, okay?
Philip Rivers.
Bridgewater is the best pick out
Philip
of that.
Rivers,
That's not going to cost you.
Philip Rivers is out there. God, man, I don't know. I
think
can't see.
Rivers be dangerous, man.
Yeah, I get that too, but he's older, man. I mean, I think Garoppolo is the play going forward. I don't see any reason to get rid of him. Pay the man what he's worth.
All right. For instance, Chiefs had a great team under Alex Smith, right?
I wouldn't say they were great.
Yeah,
I would say that they were.
They were winning all games. They were playoff contenders. They made the playoffs. And everybody questioned when they drafted Patrick Mahomes and shipped off Alex Smith at the free agency and gave it over to Patrick Mahomes.
Sure.
So it's always a danger when you make a quarterback transition.
It is.
But they also went back. They also went younger by over a decade with that too.
Yeah, that's the big difference. That's what I'm saying. I don't see any reason.
Well,
I don't see it.
49ers, as the team that they are, they've gone that route before with older quarterback.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, the 49ers, I mean, they're collectively, that organization's a mess.
49ers, too. All right. John Lynch, who was under Gruden in Tampa, under Gruden, and even Gruden continuously, liked to get these older quarterbacks in with a young, talented team, and then he basically win one league. So, I mean, who was the quarterback when Tampa won?
Johnson?
It was somebody that was old. I know that.
Brad Johnson.
Yeah. So,
I mean, ironically, you bring up Gruden, no quarterbacks. Gruden's already, and the Raiders have already said they want Brady.
Yeah.
Well, of course. They're going hard after Brady.
Yeah, because they're done with Carr. So Carr, I don't know if Carr was on your list or not, but he's available too.
Yeah, I just think I don't know.
You heard it here first, folks.
All I know is the Colts need to get rid of what we have.
Look, man, unless they go after a guy like Teddy Bridgewater.
That's what I'm saying. If I were them,
they
they're
go
only
after
really
a guy like
Their only solid replacement's Bridgewater at this point, in my opinion. That's the
Yeah.
only person to dangle with the idea just because of age.
Yeah, you just, I mean,
You're going to get at least a decade out of Bridgewater if you want. That's what you need.
Brady's damn near done.
Yeah, 3 years. Done.
Tannehill's already 32.
Well, also,
Philip Rivers is 38.
Yeah, but think about this, though. With the 49ers, they're about to pay a whole fuck ton of guys. So they may only have 1 or 2 years.
They're about to pay what?
They got to pay a bunch of guys coming up.
You know, I hope they release him, and I hope the Colts pick up Garoppolo and pay him what he's worth. That's what I hope.
I'm perfectly okay with that. I'd rather have Brady just for a glory ride of get a couple of rings before he retires.
See, and that's what we're talking about here. That's the problem. Everybody wants that right now, but what if that right now doesn't happen? You know?
What about?
I'd still roll the dice on if the choices were available to where we could have Brady for the next 2 or 3 years, or Garoppolo for the next decade, I would still roll the dice on Brady.
Look, there's no guarantee Brady's going to be around for 2 or 3 years. There's no guarantee that he won't go out there next year at the ripe old age of 49 or whatever he's going to be whenever the season starts. He won't get hurt and never play again. At least if a guy like Garoppolo's on your team, if he gets hurt, he's coming back.
Here's my wild card. You know who's been searching for a quarterback hard and has not gotten it yet? Whether it be through draft, they missed on fees way back in the day, everything. Miami Dolphins, they got the number 6 pick, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Targeting Tua, but would they trade that number 6 to the 49ers and then 49ers Tua?
Ooh.
At this point, why the hell would anybody want Tua?
Apparently, his injury is healing great.
I don't give a shit. He was how old? He dislocated his hip? When have you ever heard of that happening? That is not a good injury to have at that age.
No.
Being in the, potentially going to the NFL, that is not good.
Modern medicine, it's a lot better. They can work magic these days. He's going to get stem cells. He's going to get everything. It's going to be fine.
That's also a quarterback that's going to do a giant dick flop in the NFL.
Not with the running game that the 49ers have in that line.
Bullshit. Tua does not have the mental capacity to run an NFL team to
running
succeed.
an offense just like he did at Alabama.
I think you're giving Tua too much credit.
I think Tua is
think
more for an option offense.
He what?
He's more smart enough to run an option offense with the running backs they have, and they're already, dude, everything they did in San Francisco went through the running game. And especially with the league trying to push themselves towards the Lamar Jackson model of running, I could see them pulling that in San Francisco, get rid of Garoppolo for Tua.
Man, Tua's not.
No, you cannot
nearly as much of a runner as Jackson.
Hell no, you can't even use those two names in the same sentence.
He's got better running backs. He's got a better line. He's got
That's
better.
what I'm saying, though. Tua is not going to. Jackson runs the ball himself. Tua is not going to.
I think.
No, he doesn't have to. But the fact is, what I'm saying is, they have 2 good running backs. They have better receivers. They have a better line than Baltimore. He doesn't have to. And Tua can actually throw the ball. You saw Jackson in the Pro Bowl. Tua can actually drop dimes.
Because Tua's proven it against 2?
Yeah, that's the thing I am definitely not on board with. Whenever they're playing a team that is equally as good or better, that guy is not worth a shit.
Thank you. His level of competition he's played against has been trash.
I mean, you saw it this year. Oh, no, it's been good competition. They're just a better football team than everybody else.
He's going to be 5 points this year.
Yeah, but I mean, LSU straight up shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
Put up 42 points. 42 points.
Yeah, but I mean, how many yards did he throw for? Exactly. I mean, a lot of that was just really short, dink, dump, bullshit plays in the running game.
He will have one good year in the NFL, and then his sophomore year, everybody will be able to study him, and he will get exposed, and he will be terrible.
I don't even think he's going to have one good year.
I'm saying if he has a chance, it'll be that first year before everybody gets to study him.
I think we look back on this 5 years from now,
And he won't even be in the league.
He'll be a backup. He'll be a career backup.
LSU threw for 418 yards and 4 TDs. And the 85-yard long pass was his longest. 1 sack, 1 interception.
Let's see here.
I think he's going to get exposed in the NFL. Heard it here first.
I mean, he was 21 for 40. But he still put up 418 yards and 4 TDs against us.
God. I don't remember it being like that at all. I remember watching that and thinking... Yeah, I remember watching that and thinking, man, he's not doing anything.
It was garbage time. Some of it was. But, I mean, it ended up being a 5-point game.
Let's see here.
He had that one fumble in the first half that he was running towards the goal line, just dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, let's all be honest. The quarterback coming out of this league or this year is Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's no doubt about that.
Poor bastard's going to be stuck in Ohio, though.
That's another thing. That's why Miami, with all the draft picks, is very tempting. They may be able to sway because they got 6 firsts the next 2 years. You think they could talk Cincinnati into giving up Joe Burrow for that?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. Nobody has given up Burrow, period.
Did you offer him 3 firsts?
Nope. That is a franchise quarterback. That comes along once every 10 years with his talent.
Yeah.
That is not something you give up, period. That would have been like the Colts giving up the first pick when they had Luck. You don't do that.
If someone passes on Joe Burrow, that's basically them just saying they don't want to win football games.
Absolutely. Completely agree.
I mean, I'm an LSU fan, I agree. But I'm just saying, if any team has the ability to trade up to get him, it would be Miami.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But,
yeah.
But man, if anybody is dumb enough to trade away that,
I mean, that is the franchise quarterback that every owner dreams of coming out of college.
I tell you, the dream scenario I'm hoping for is the Saints decide to trade an entire draft away, like the different Williams, to do it for Joe Burrow. But it's never going to happen because we'll probably take a kicker in the first round. But
bro, it all comes back to no one is ever going to trade away a Joe Burrow's pick.
You guys would be like the Lions picking wide receivers 7 times in 9 years in the first round.
It would literally, you'd be a moron not to pick Joe Burrow, honestly. But
moron to be a fucking idiot.
But if your team is that horrible, which the Bengals are, I don't think the quarterback's going to matter. It's almost a Browns scenario where you could draft your quarterback. But
what's the point? So if you know your team as an owner is not going to win the Super Bowl, what is the next thing that you want to do? Sell tickets. How do you sell tickets? You bring in a player like Joe Burrow.
The Browns, the fans stopped buying jerseys for the Browns because
that's because the Browns have had how many quarterbacks and how many coaches over the past so many years. Dalton's had been the guy. They've given him his fair chance. Now it's time to move on, and I think the city's going to embrace Joe Burrow like the king that he is.
He is a king.
King that he is.
I said it.
I mean, I agree. Joe Burrow's the absolute truth, but you gotta, man. I think Cincinnati needs more than just a quarterback.
He is the type of person that you can build your franchise around, though. He has that capability.
Being Colts fans, you had Peyton Manning and you had Andrew Luck, and both of those guys, your owner was so cheap and pathetic that he depended on them being awesome to just make y'all competitive.
Wait. You're a Saints fan that has Breeze, bro. How many more rings have you won than Indy? 1. Okay.
We also beat Indy in the Super Bowl.
Who gives a shit? That was 1 year.
I give a shit. That sucked.
but you're trying to act like your team doesn't do the same thing, buddy.
Yeah, but also 3 years of that, we were docked first-round picks, and Sean Payton was suspended a season. Our GM was suspended a season.
Peyton broke his fucking neck.
All right, you two.
Have a line.
We had to deal with Curtis Painter being a fucking quarterback in the NFL.
That's
Well,
awesome.
if you had a better paid line, maybe he wouldn't have broke his fucking neck.
So, looking at the depth chart for the Bengals,
They've got a solid team there.
I wouldn't go that far with it.
I'd say
But they've got a little bit of depth. Joe Mixon, solid running back. Giovanni Bernard, solid running back.
When they're healthy.
When they're healthy. Yep, right.
AJ Green is healthy. He missed a whole year.
Yeah, if they get Green back, that's money right there.
Yeah. Tyler Boyd, John Ross, Damian Willis. Look at their defense. Carlos Dunlap, solid.
Any Pro Bowlers? Do they have anybody that made the Pro Bowl?
Probably not. Or is it like the MLB where every team has to have a representative, which is a terrible idea.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if your team doesn't have any All-Stars, your team doesn't have any All-Stars. Sorry.
What's that, Shane?
Geno Atkins, defensive tackle, made it, and Joe Mixon was an alternate.
Okay.
So
they got some talent on that team, man. I mean, these are all NFL caliber players. Joe Burrow could go there and win.
But I'm telling you, you bring Joe Burrow in there, and you're going to have receivers that want to come, work with him, and you're going to have talent that wants to go to Cincinnati because he's there, and that's the person you build around. For you have to plan on hopefully him being there for a decade at least.
Well, I think you're wrong,
talent,
and I'll tell you why. They've got to pay these motherfuckers. It is all about the almighty dollar. And if they are not going to pay these free agents, they are not going to go there and play. They don't care. That's what it's all about.
I think they have the talent. I don't know if they have the line talent. So if you draft Joe Burrow, every other pick you have better be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, they're going to have to protect that guy. And I think that's a big deal. That's why Andy Dalton had a hard time there. It's not that he didn't have talent around him. It's that they
didn't have enough time to get rid of the ball.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think that's necessarily all of it. You have to have a run game, man. Joe Mixon and Giovanni Bernard are solid running backs, but if they don't have anybody to run behind, they can just tee off on Andy Dalton all day. I mean, when you're down by, we saw it.
Well, look what happened to Andrew Luck.
Exactly.
I mean, he ended up having a rib go into his spleen. I mean, or his kidney. I mean, my God.
When you can't run the ball, everything else just collapses around
your quarterback's going to suffer. And unless you have at that point, you have to have one of those more run versus pass quarterbacks. Otherwise, you're hosed.
We saw that with the Titans in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
When you have to come back from a couple touchdowns down.
Yeah.
You got to have a guy that can sling the ball.
And you only have one, you only have one pony. Then
you got to have a guy that can sling the ball, and you got to have an offensive line that can keep him upright long enough to do it.
Yep.
So, all right, let's all go ahead and jump off of Joe Burrow's cock real quick, and let's talk about another bad motherfucker, Pete Rose.
Pete Rose, love that guy. 1, and 2. He should be definitely back in the Hall of Fame now. Guy had his lawyers, which was smart. Have the lawyers filed a petition to have him reinstated to the MLB because they didn't punish anybody for the Astros sign stealing. Now, like I've stated in previous podcasts, I'm not against sign stealing. If you get your signs stolen, it's your fault. You should have better signs. But considering that the verdict is already out, that they believe that they changed the actual outcome of games because of their sign stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to look into the fact that Pete Rose's gambling never changed the outcome of a game.
No.
He bet on the team to win. So he never cheated. He never did it. Okay, yes, gambling on baseball is like the cardinal sin. I agree. Right. But it's totally different from what the Black Sox did where they threw the series. Pete Rose did not throw any games.
No.
To win a bet. He was betting on his team to win. And that did not change the outcome of the game because, if anything, he's going to beat the spread even more by beating the shit out of the team. So the way they are setting this up now is that the Astros get off scot-free, the players anyway, which the players are in on the sign stealing just as much, and they were the ones banging the trash cans. I mean, don't tell me the coach and everybody's responsible. No, they were banging the trash cans and yelling out what pitch was coming. So they changed the outcome of the game as judged by MLB. And since they changed the outcome of the game as judged by MLB, that now makes what they did, as far as integrity of the game goes, well worse than what Pete Rose did, because what he did never changed the outcome of the game. So therefore, Pete Rose got punished way more than somebody that actually changed the outcome of the game as judged by MLB. So he should be let back
in. But with that being said, just due to technicalities and how all this bullshit works, and if they don't want him in, they'll still keep him out. But technically, is he even eligible for the Hall of Fame anymore because he's been out of the league for so long? Because there's an eligibility period.
You're only allowed to be voted on for a certain amount of years. He's not been eligible to vote. So since you can't vote on him.
I thought you only had a certain window after you retired to where you're even eligible to be on the ballot, though.
Yeah. It starts when you're allowed to be voted for. So you have to be on the ballot for a certain amount of years, and then once you don't make it, you're dropped off. So now he would be on the ballot for the first time, which means he has the same amount of years as everybody else has.
Gotcha.
Because he's never been on the ballot before. Does that make sense?
Unfortunately, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to win in the long term. The MLB has banned him for so long, I don't agree with it, but I think that's what the end result's going to be, whether anybody likes it or not.
I don't think he's going to win either because of the fact that, did you see what came out today? MLB said that they gave immunity to the Astros so they could figure out how the sign stealing was being done, and now they're determining punishments for the Red Sox. So,
team evidently.
Now that Pete Rose is filed that injunction, I think the Red Sox players are going to get hammered. Which means that once they hammer players, they have an excuse for giving immunity to the Astros, which means they can throw Pete Rose's thing out the window and they hammer somebody else. So basically, it sucks for the Red Sox players because literally Pete Rose forced their hand. So they have to punish somebody now, and now the Red Sox and probably the Yankees are getting hammered.
But the problem is, I mean, looking at this thing realistically, every team in the MLB steals signs. So if you punish the second you punish that first person, let's say from the Red Sox or from whoever, where does the line stop if essentially everybody's involved at some point?
Well, this is what's going to happen. Is because right now MLB is so worried about their PR that they're not worried about the snowball effect. They don't realize it because all the people that are in the game now that run MLB and run most of these front offices never played the game. So none of them know how bad sign stealing is. It's the same thing that happened with the steroid thing. None of them knew how bad steroids were because none of them were involved in the game. It's all about the money ball now. All these money ball guys all of a sudden get caught with the pants down and realize they're going to have to suspend all their guys that have guaranteed contracts, by the way, fully guaranteed no matter what. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, how are you going to? You can't go after one player unless you're going to go after everybody.
Players Association is going to hammer them. So, what's going to happen is they're going to try to come down on somebody, then everybody they're going to have to suspend everybody. So, once they realize that somebody's eventually going to tell them, upper management, and be like, "Hey,
you can't do that."
This, and Pete Rose is getting back in. Pete Rose literally filed a lawsuit at the perfect time, and is forcing MLB's hand. They're going to try to make an example out of somebody, but before they go through with it, somebody's finally going to spill the beans about, listen, everybody's doing this. You're going to have to spend the entire league. So,
yeah, I think I think it's, like the steroid thing and like the sign stealing thing. I think they know exactly what is going on.
Yeah, well,
you got to think there's too many smart people. You think that Joe Torre's working for the MLB now. You think that guy,
that dude knew,
hasn't been like,
knew
hey
everything.
guys, hey fuckers, shut your fucking mouths. This is going on all over the league. You're gonna blow this up.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys, they're a bunch of pencil neck guys that never played the game. But you got to remember, they've got an unlimited amount of money. They can hire as many smart people as they want. Mm-hmm. And these smart people are going to look around and say, oh, yeah, this world works on a 24-hour news cycle. What we can do is we can just fucking hammer somebody and then put our heads in the sand and pretend it goes away.
Just like what they do with the managers.
I think that what's going to happen is, I think you're right. I think that they're going to hammer the Red Sox. Might even hammer the Yankees. Look at us. We took care of the big boys. This ain't going to happen ever again. And then, oh, look, good PR over here. We're going to let Pete Rose in now. You know what? You've served your time. You've done your duty to the sport. You've been a good sport about getting completely screwed. We're going to let you back in, buddy. So we're going to go ahead and just pretend it's one of those classic magic tricks. Don't look over here at what this hand's doing. Look at this one over here, letting Pete Rose in.
Well, why do you think the Red Sox?
I don't think you're too far off.
Why do you think the Red Sox dealt Mookie Betts and David Price?
Fuck yeah! You kidding me? Yeah,
all for
dude.
That salary they're going to pay, knowing they're going to pay a penalty. They're probably not going to have any draft picks for like 3 years. Probably that's how they're going to get them.
Yes. And it's the same thing. Don mentioned it not too long ago in one of our previous podcasts. Why do you think Joe Madden just all of a sudden one of the best managers the Major League Baseball has ever seen?
Poof!
One of the one of the best players managers maybe ever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's just not in Chicago anymore.
And he was treated like royalty there. And all of a sudden, poof, 3 days later, gone.
Everyone in the Midwest is just kind of looking around like, what the fuck just happened?
He's old school, and he was stealing signs just like everybody else.
It's like
for Chicago just signed a 1-year deal with the Cubs. A 1-year deal. Superstar signing a 1-year deal. Where have you ever heard that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Chris Bryant. Come on.
Yep.
He knows he's going to get whatever money he gets until he's suspended. And then they're going to suspend for whatever.
And then he's going to go on vacation.
Yeah.
And then he's going to come back a free agent.
Yep.
Yeah. And murder it.
And murder.
You don't get suspended while you're on a long-term deal because you lose all that money.
Right.
Exactly.
But
1-year deal.
Okay, whatever. I take my penalty. Bye.
Yeah.
He can play in Japan if he wants to. It don't matter. And that guy goes play in Japan for sure. He get paid more than
on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
And just do nothing. Like play baseball.
I heard Epstein's Island's empty.
That's cute. Yeah. I mean, maybe he might be there.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think I think that it would be a great PR move in the midst of all this garbage.
I honestly hope I'm wrong in this one. I hope I'm wrong and he gets in. The MLB is just...
If they're smart, they'll let him in.
Agreed.
If they're smart.
Agreed.
I mean, I guess the only real argument they can make against it is, it's a rule, right?
It's a written rule.
It's a rule, and you broke it.
Yeah.
But then again, how many other people are banned from baseball? What's the snowball effect of letting Pete Rose back in?
Yeah.
Is there one?
What, you got to let Shoeless Joe Jackson back in because everybody assumed he didn't throw the series? I mean, come on. You guys been dead how long? So
75 years.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I just don't see a downside to it other than baseball just kind of taking one on the chin and saying we were wrong. But I mean, my God, how many things have this happened in 84, 85 season, something like that?
Well, especially with all the sports leagues trying to embrace gambling now. Get the fuck out of here.
The 85.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather bets himself to win every fight. Like, that's not an issue. Like, As long as you bet on yourself to win, what's it matter? He bet on himself to win games. Okay, yeah, he may bet on other teams' games, but that's not going to affect the outcome of those games. What the Astros did by stealing signs, as judged by MLB, saying that they changed the outcomes of games, is by definition worse than what Pete Rose did.
Yeah.
Now, do I have a problem with the Astros did? No. I don't even have a problem with Pete Rose did. But
is there an actual written rule that you can't steal signs? Like, is that a written rule, or is that just a common sense? No. Don't do it.
There's not a written rule. Just, I think the fact that it's kind of like steroids. It was never steroid testing, but then like once everybody's found out to be on it, oh shit, we gotta do something.
Yeah,
which the same thing with sign stealing is gonna happen. What they did with steroids is they'd be like, all right, listen, we're gonna start testing for steroids on spring training 2004, I believe it was, or 2005, one of the two, and just letting you guys know we're gonna start testing. So,
well, and the reason I ask is because that's the loophole that could keep him out.
Yeah,
that's the loophole that could keep him out. Is he actually broke a written rule, whereas these guys technically did not break a written rule.
No, but the whole thing is affecting the outcome of the game.
Absolutely, I'm not. Again, I'm on Pete Rose's side on this one.
It's just all bullshit. I mean, I guess when you boil it all down, it's bullshit that Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame. It's bullshit that they're even worried about people stealing signs. Like Shane said, if you don't like it,
change up your signs.
Don't get your shit stolen, right? Pay attention to what's going on around you. Your situational awareness is garbage.
Terrible. If you can't hear someone bashing a fucking trash can when you're throwing junk, come on.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all boils down to it's bullshit. But, yeah, I think if baseball's smart, they'll let Pete Rose in. And, like I said, we work on a 24-hour news cycle, man. This time next year, nobody's even going to be talking about this. That's not even going to be a thing.
And Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, hopefully. Man, I hope so. I sure hope so.
Hashtag on Pete's side.
So, speaking of Hall of Famers and All-Stars and all that sort of thing, let's talk about the James Harden.
Oh, my God.
The James Harden incident.
Oh, my God. So
let's talk about that fat kid that didn't want to get picked for the dodgeball team.
Oh, my God. So they said, I mean, anytime you set up captains and picking people, this is going to happen. But I was randomly flipping through the channels today, turned it on ESPN. They're showing highlights from the captains picking their teams in the NBA All-Star game. And at one point, there were 3 players left, and Harden was one of them. And they made a comment of, oh, you don't want the dribbler? And then one of the captains, who I won't say, not LeBron, commented of he wanted a guy who would actually pass the ball. And it's like, damn, these guys are just burning this dude live. Being an all-star, they're just burning this dude.
And this is James Harden.
Yeah.
This isn't some scrub.
No.
Well, they want winners, man. What has James Harden ever won? And why does he?
I mean, the best beard in the NBA.
And an MVP?
Yeah, he did win an MVP.
That's an award. That's not an actual title. Like, has he ever won
Most
the West?
Valuable Players, not a title?
No, it's an award.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of other guys on those All-Star teams that haven't won a title.
You want
to go down that road?
I mean, Lamar Jackson won MVP this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Cool, man. That's great. You put up really good stats in regular season when nobody's trying.
Well, I mean, okay, so it's guys that went before him.
And this was for the starters, the drafting for the starters.
Yeah, this is for starters. And I can see, all right, so this is LeBron James's team. He's got Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, and then James Harden. And I would take all of those guys before I took James Harden.
Absolutely, but it was just hilarious how they were just dogging on him.
Hold on. Now, Giannis's team, he's got Joel Embiid, Siakam, Kemba Walker, and Trae Young that went. They were all, picked before Harden. Harden was the last pick. Siakam's better than Harden? Kemba Walker's better than Harden?
I disagree.
Trae Young's better than Harden?
Yeah, I'd pick Harden over all three of those guys. Sorry.
So, yeah, I would definitely take Harden over the three of those guys. But I think there may be some strategy going on with Giannis on his part, putting all these personalities on one team. Harden, LeBron, AD, Luka Doncic, which Luka plays European basketball. He likes his certain way of playing. He's way tougher than the rest of those guys, so he's probably going to want to play ball his way. So you're going to have a whole bunch of A-types in a room, and from my experience, when you got 5 A-types in one spot, generally they're going to butt heads, and that's going to cause, until you learn how to figure out the situation. I mean, it's a situation long term, but in short term, which is an all-star game, you only got 4 quarters. They may be bumping heads until probably the second half. So it may be an advantage with Giannis and him off the rip, because he may be able to get these younger guys who believe that he's the new guy in the league, which he is up and coming to be. He's a Greek freak. So all these younger guys on his team are going to believe in whatever he says and say or do whatever he says. You know, there's no heads butting. So there may be some strategy in that. If they can jump out to early lead, maybe that's what Giannis was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, you might not be too far off. I mean, it's just weird. The whole thing's just weird. You know, what they've made it into with, you know, having captains and picking teams, and they're just trying to keep the All-Star game somewhat relevant. You know, outside of the dunk contest, nobody really cares about there's no defense, right? Just like the rest of the year, but even less.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not really any kind of competitive basketball at all. I mean, you might see Luka plays defense, and it might piss everybody off.
Oh, Luka. They asked him, oh, man, you won Defensive Rookie of the Year or whatever it was. He goes, oh, yeah, defense is so much easier in America than it was in Europe.
Yep. He completely dogged the NBA when he got that award. It was awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. Good for him. You know, I mean,
Shit, this is easy over here.
I don't know. I can't get on board with any of this. Yeah, the All-Star game just kind of lost me.
All hail the XFL.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. So when is that? When is the All-Star game?
I
I think it's
don't know.
not this weekend. I think it's the week after.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I think it's Valentine's Day weekend, which will be next weekend. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Y'all figure that out. I had to take a short break.
All right. Yeah, I just have a hard time getting excited about the All-Star game anymore.
That's why I don't even. I can tell the XFL starts on Saturday, but I couldn't tell you when the All-Star game is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm much more excited for other things versus anything NBA related, just to be completely honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's on the 16th. It's just gotten to the point to where it's just not.
I mean, it doesn't affect anything. Whoever wins, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's, you know, having it matter would be nice, but having it matter to the players would be nice too, right? Because you remember back in the 80s and the 90s, those guys would go out there and just put on a show. And you would see guys out there like Rodman putting people on the floor, right?
And it'd only be 70 to 72.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be 190 to 210, which unfortunately is not exaggerating for the All-Star game.
Not too much. I mean, you're looking at 150 to 140 or,
Yeah.
you know, something ridiculous like
I mean,
that.
it's insane. Back in the day, you'd be lucky to get over 75 in All-Star game because, like you said, Rodman will elbow your ass because he doesn't care if it matters or not. He's playing to win.
It matters. It matters
We're
because he's
going
got
over under 300 in the All-Star game. What do y'all think?
over or under 300? Over.
Yeah.
Over by far.
Unless Rudy Gobert goes out and has like 40 blocks.
Yeah, I'm way over 300 though. That's not even close.
Yeah, I was actually just saying it's going to be like 150 to 140 something. Like
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's under 300, Dan.
I'm going over 300.
Well, I mean, 150 something to 140 something.
Wonder if that's an actual line. Let me look here.
I don't know.
Let me look.
It's
I don't know.
It's under 300. Just bet your house on the over.
Oh, all day. Yeah, pull that up if you can. Let's
Nope. It just the only futures you can bet on are the champion, the conference winner, and division winners.
see.
There's nothing about the All-Star game on there.
Shane, I wonder if it's on your betting app that you use.
Yeah, my app. There's no.
That'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, because I'm just curious what number they would actually use as being the number.
Yeah.
The last one was like 250 or something fucking ridiculous.
Good God, the line for the Rockets and Lakers right now is 240.
Oh, what?
239.5 just for a regular season game.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
But there's just some straight up scores on these teams, though, man. When nobody's playing defense.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
don't
that's the thing. I mean, you get a guy like LeBron and give a guy playing half-ass defense, he's going to put up 60 or 70, no problem.
Well, I mean, you got your LeBron, Kawhi, Luka, Russell Westbrook. I mean,
Giannis.
get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and then Giannis and, Kemba Walker, Trae Young could shoot the ball.
Harden, even.
Yeah, Harden, Donovan Mitchell.
Westbrook.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot of points to be had there. But, yeah, that's the 16th of February, Shane.
Yeah, so it's Valentine's Day weekend this Sunday. So
NBA All-Star game over
Friday this week or this year. So that's fun.
Yeah. We've got UFC 247 coming up this weekend. How have you begun your betting on that yet, or are you?
Yep.
Hold on.
Because I don't know any of the undercards, I always go with mainly the favorites, but I always do a random underdog somewhere in there. So I don't know anybody until pretty much. I know we got John Jones and Reyes, correct?
Yeah. John Jones and Dominic Reyes. They're the.
That's the
main
main card. Then the women. There's a women's title fight is the co-main event.
Yeah.
Who are the women in it?
Valentina Shevchenko and Caitlin. I'm gonna butcher this name.
Yeah.
Chukagian.
And hey Shane, you want to hear the betting spread on that fight, bro?
This is a jewel.
Yeah, I bet on this one, and the reason being is because the last card we did the same thing with the same logic, and it paid tenfold.
Yeah.
So Valentina is the underdog, and Caitlin is the favorite. Caitlin is a plus 660.
No, plus 660 is the underdog.
Or I'm sorry, other way around. So she's a plus 660. Valentina is a minus 1,050.
Well, I was going to bet on her just because of the name. It sounded like she was a ferocious Ukrainian.
Minus 1,050.
Yeah, they're hungrier over there. Caitlin,
It is.
sounds...
I mean, the John Jones is minus 440.
Where is she from?
Where's she from?
Hold on, I'm looking at. Let's see here. Ukraine.
There you
She
go.
is from the Ukraine.
Such
What about
Ukrainian, Valentinko or whatever it was. That sounded like a Ukrainian. I'm gonna go with just Ukrainian.
It's hard to bet against a Ukrainian.
Where's she from?
They are some tough motherfuckers. The Caitlin is from Quakertown, PA. Yeah, I was like, there's a what? Yeah,
Ukraine versus Pennsylvania. Okay,
Quakertown, baby. Hey, I'm taking USA. I'm taking USA all day.
Quakertown, baby.
Is she a Quaker? I don't know. I don't
She's
know.
a Quaker. That's a wild card. Because if she's an actual Quaker, I'll take her.
Absolutely.
But if she's just a normal Pennsylvanian, I'm going with Ukrainian.
Just a normal, everyday Pennsylvanian.
Well played.
No big deal.
Because the Ukrainian, if she's hungry, she'll eat a dog or a kitten. You know.
It's true.
Pennsylvania.
What, though. Fun fact.
Walmart.
This chick from Pennsylvania has gone a full 5 rounds. And she's only had 2 fights that haven't gone the distance. So this girl's not going to get gassed.
So she's got some cardio.
I mean,
So the other chick's going to have to knock her out or get her in points.
Yeah. See, this is the tough part with the women fights. You don't know the quality of the camps because they never report on this ever.
Nope.
They always
Well, now hold on a second. I've got you here.
camps.
She fights out of a camp with the team captain. Frankie Edgar's actually the team captain, the camp that she's in. So there's that.
Is that Pennsylvania?
I don't know. I know.
No. That's the Pennsylvania chick. I think is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's under Henzo Gracie combat team.
Uh-oh.
She's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so she's got some ground game.
All right.
All right, there's a possibility there. And it's plus 660?
Yes.
660, yeah.
Or
Fuck.
minus 1,050.
Oh, did you just go fuck it? Just straight up fuck it? Is that what I just heard?
Yep, plus 660. You know, I mean, you literally, you're getting 6 times your money.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is by far the biggest payout on this card.
because for 1050, I got to literally bet $1,050 to win 100. So I'm just gonna go. I could bet $30 and win 120 if the underdog wins. So, boom.
Yep.
Well, it's more than
Yep.
120, but I don't want to do math right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even close. I mean, I'm looking fights all the way through March. There's no fight anywhere near that far of a spread.
Yeah, the Ukrainian is doing Taekwondo since she was 5.
Well, of course.
I'm at
Lord.
in Vegas in March for the March, at least the 7th UFC. Who's fighting?
God, hold on. I'm staying on this Ukrainian for a second. She started Taekwondo at 5. Okay.
So
When she hit the age of 12, she branched out into Muay Thai. All right. She started Muay Thai, and then to freestyle Vale Tudo. All right. Her kickboxing career began in 2000 when she was 12. She knocked out a 22-year-old opponent when she was 12.
All right. Well, you know,
Minus 1,050 it is.
That's wild. A 12. Can you imagine when you were 12 years old knocking out somebody that was 22? Shane, you don't count. You were the size of somebody that was 22 when you were 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you're a freak.
But that's nuts.
That's I can't imagine being a 22-year-old having a 12-year-old come up and talk shit and then KO me.
That's just nuts.
It's crazy.
Good for her. That's wild.
Hence why she is she. I'm assuming she's the champ.
She's something. Yeah.
Does she already have the title? I'm guessing.
I
Or
don't
is she
know.
going to take it from the other chick?
I don't know. No. I mean, she's the favorite. I would imagine she's got the title. But yeah, that's just nuts, dude.
That's crazy. That's a crazy stat.
Good for her. Good for her.
That is a crazy stat.
You know what else is crazy?
Tiger Woods is the defending Masters champion.
No. It's not crazy. He's the best golfer to ever live.
Damn right.
Burning $1 million. Crazy.
Oh my God! Yeah, dude.
Shane, walk us through this.
so yeah, this actually was not the actual $1 million. It was $1 million Canadian dollars. But this guy in Canada apparently so mad at his ex-wife that rather than her get the money for child support and alimony and everything like that,
Hold on. So what you're saying is this guy was getting divorced
yeah.
and he just went out and he burnt $1 million Canadian dollars.
Yeah. So basically, he was in the courtroom and told the judge, like, I don't have the money anymore. And the judge said, what happened to it? He's like, I set it on fire in 2 separate bonfires. Not just one, 2 separate bonfires. And the judge goes, I don't believe you. You're lying. He goes, well, I set it on fire. Well, do you have any proof of this? He goes, nope. Set it on fire. So this will be an interesting story to see how this plays out. He is getting
the guy's getting charged.
Yes. He's getting fined $2,000 a day until he discloses his financial information he has to pay his wife $2,000 a day, so he discloses financial information. That's the penalty. But he's alleging he set all of his money on fire.
Wow. What a maniac.
Well, it is Canadian money, so it's worth much less. But
Yeah, $1 million Canadian dollars. I believe they said was 750,000 American. So,
still a nice chunk of change that I wouldn't prefer to burn.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what?
Burn
You hate a woman that bad? Fuck it.
All right. Well, we are coming up on like an hour and a half-ish. So let's wrap this thing up. Shane, you got anything else for us?
I believe that's the majority of our topics. Oh, shit. No, it's not. We left something out, boys.
What's that?
XFL betting lines.
What was that?
XFL betting lines.
XFL betting lines.
Do you guys want to start with individual games, or do you want to start with the league favorites early on?
Well, let's see who the league favorites are. Let's start with that.
All right, we'll go. I mean, we can go through the whole league. There's only 8 teams. Yeah. So
league favorites. You
Dallas...
you can bet it before, and you get paid out if they win the championship. Obviously. Now, I want to know: is there because AAF was disbanded before the league ended and had a champion? Is there a betting line that XFL will fail before the end of the season? That's interesting.
Is there what?
A prop bet that says XFL fails before the end of the season. That's
no, there is not.
Because AAF did. So.
Yeah, but the AAF was also belly up 3 weeks in and needed to borrow money. Vince has already put up enough money to fund this year.
Oh, yeah. Vince has got it covered. So, I mean, but that would be an interesting prop bet if they had it.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but no, they don't have that. I don't think they're going to. Thankfully, this go around, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Hopefully.
Oh, no, not at all. All right, so walk us through betting odds for the teams here. What do we got for championship?
All right, so there's 2 teams that are favorites. Not an extremely heavy favorite, but comparatively to the last team in the league, it's pretty decent. So at plus 400, you have Dallas Renegades and the Tampa Bay Vipers.
Interesting.
And then followed by, in a close third, would be the New York Guardians at a plus 430. And then the DC Defenders at plus 500.
You have the Guardians and the Defenders?
Yeah. And then the Los Angeles Wildcats at plus 650.
That's a real name. That's good. Okay.
And then you got the Houston Roughnecks at plus 850.
Ooh, man.
And then you got the St. Louis Battlehawks at plus 1,000.
Good.
And then you got the Seattle Dragons at plus 1,200.
Wait, hold on. Time out. What were those last 2 teams?
Battlehawks and Dragons.
Cities?
St. Louis and Seattle.
Oh, St. Louis. Okay. St. Louis and then Seattle. Okay.
Yeah. But so you got plus 1,000 and plus 1,200 for those. So, I mean, they're definitely rolling the dice on Dallas and Tampa to be the favorites. But
so Seattle is by far the worst team in the league.
By bet line, absolutely.
Good.
Now,
game 1, Seattle's a plus 7.5 already in game 1.
It's really bad.
Plus what?
Although the same point, St. Louis is plus 10.
Ooh. Now, as far as bets goes, is there anybody that you're going to take to win the title now? That's your betting?
I bet on the Tampa Bay Vipers when they were a plus 650 a week ago.
Pretty solid. And they went down since then. So obviously, I guess your bet moved the line.
I do not think the small amount that I put would. There's not very many pesos on the line on that one.
Can't lie to me. You're a high roller.
This guy has a problem. Like a legit
problem. He's very well. He used to not gamble at all. Now look at him.
That's all he
No,
did.
5 years ago, not at all.
5 weeks ago.
I do remember.
I'm taking Dallas. There's just no two ways about it.
Tampa Bay.
Dallas is it.
See, I'm going with Tampa Bay. They have, okay, first off, their starting quarterback's Aaron Murray. But you remember the rules here. Aaron Murray, if it's just him, it's kind of questionable. You never know what kind of guy you're going to get. He was all right at Georgia. But who does he have paired with him? Quentin Flowers, who was a South Florida quarterback, very versatile player, super athlete. He's listed as a quarterback and a running back for Tampa Bay. Now, with a double pass, I think Aaron Murray to Quentin Flowers out of the backfield is going to be huge because Quentin Flowers actually has an arm and he can run. So, I mean, you're talking about you can have a pass option now with a double pass.
Yep.
So, like a double RPO. Like, that's crazy. A double RPO. So you could have a run pass option in the backfield and then pass to somebody and have another RPO.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's nuts. So, and you get Mark Trestman out there, who's former NFL head coach. You never know what he's going to cook up. I would like to bet on Tampa to win too. I mean, I think it's a lot's going to go with that.
Well, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Dallas. Huge fan. I'm actually looking at season tickets right now.
So Dallas plays St. Louis week 1. Yeah, Dallas is a -10 already week 1. Yikes. Favorites.
Ooh. My actually betting strategy for this is I'm tempted to just place a parlay on all the underdogs in week 1.
Yeah.
Just because. I mean,
just to see what happens.
Nobody really knows who anybody is. So you can't really accurately bet the line. So it makes sense to bet all the underdogs in week 1.
If I bet all the underdogs, it's a plus 1258.
Is that with the spread or money line?
This is all they have is money line.
Yeah, bet the money line on a parlay and then see what that pays out. I bet you.
That was betting the spread on each game.
Yeah, no, bet the money line on all the underdogs.
You can't bet the money line. You can only bet the spread.
Those rat bastards.
Yeah, only bet the spread.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Well, I'll tell you, week 7, March 21st, Raymond James Stadium. My team and your team are playing. It's on ABC.
You're going to be occupied that week, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if they'll let me bet on XFL yet. Oh, they won't let me do money line either. Them bastards. Well,
yeah, it's too early for them to be able to do that, probably.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
this is a complete.
But I did what you just said, Shane. I bet $5 on all the underdogs just to see what would happen.
Yeah, 5 would pay 61.42 on the side I'm on.
Yeah, let me see what mine. I don't remember what my exact payout would be here. Let me look.
So Saturday, this all starts.
Yeah. So mine would be 62.92.
Yeah, so you get a little bit better payout. I guess I need to switch to your side. Oh wait, you're Indiana.
Yep, we're one of 4 states where we have it. Ching ching.
Yeah, lucky bastard. By the way, did you see that Barstool? Since they got bought out by Penn Gaming, Penn Gaming is going to put a Barstool Sportsbook in every single Penn Gaming casino. Boom.
Oh shit!
So that's Boomtown and Hollywood and Biloxi.
Yes.
Boomtown.
Yes. Yes. We're going to Boomtown.
Wow. Wow.
Don't you have to take like a fucking boat to get out there or something?
Yeah.
I've never been there. I've never been out there.
Barstool's there. We'll take jet skis. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a mess.
And well, after we win our $1 billion, making our hole in one.
I'm getting a hole in one. Question. No question. And I'll do time, son. Hard time. Not scared.
We got to think, though. I mean, if we do that, between the 3 of us, we got 3,000 shots. One's going in.
Yeah, I mean.
Between 3,000, one's going in.
Hire a secretary if we all go to jail. That's like we'll have a contingency plan.
Yeah.
So 4,000 shots.
Oh, man. All right, well, quick fire, Shane. I'm going to give it to you like this. We're going to run through the schedule this week, and you're going to tell me who you're taking.
All
Are
right.
you ready? All right.
Yep.
Seattle and DC, the Dragons and the Defenders. Who are you taking?
Taking the Dragons. I'll never bet on the DC team. The Redskins are terrible, so I figure they'll be terrible too.
Okay. Next, LA and Houston.
Never bet on LA either. They're terrible. Houston.
All right. This is an easy one. Tampa Bay and New York, the Vipers and the Guardians.
Tampa Bay all day. Tampa Bay, I'm riding with them. First
right.
home game right now, I have tickets. So, yeah.
Nice. Okay. And the last one is St.
St.
Louis,
Louis, yeah.
Battlehawks, and Dallas Renegades.
Well, Bud Light happens to be made in St. Louis. So, I'm going to roll with St. Louis for that reason only. It's about as I can get for that. Because
Sleeping on my Renegades. No! They've got the coolest logo in the league.
Nah, the Vipers do, bro.
Oh, what?
Vipers are the best logo.
It's a V. It's a fucking V. There's nothing cool about that.
It's awesome.
That's just ridiculous. What a terrible logo. Whoever decided, it's awful. The Dragons, it looks like the UAB's logo.
Yeah.
The DC Defenders looks like a soccer logo.
Yeah. Looks like a shield, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's just all bad. It's all bad except for the Renegades.
Yep, go Vipers.
you're a Houston guy like 2 weeks ago until Connor.
What happened to the Roughnecks?
Yeah, you know what? They they actually cut the only guy on their team I cared about.
There you go.
So I decided, fuck you, Houston. I'm going down the road to Dallas. I've made that drive before. It's not a great drive.
Yes, we have. It is boring as shit.
But it's okay. I'm here. I'm here now. I'm in Dallas. I'm here to enjoy this. Fucking God, man. Yeah. Oh, Houston. Fuck off. That's why you are not going to win the championship this year. So anyway, that's where that went off the rails. I have a huge problem with their front office.
Ian's already pissed at front office decisions. The league has fucking season hasn't even started.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty upset about it. So I won't talk about it.
Dallas is also, well, you got Bob Stoops as head coach over there.
Yeah, man, they got a bunch of talent on that team, and Bob Stoops is there. So, yep, I'm a fan.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good in Dallas. Love Dallas. Dallas is a fun town, man.
It is fun.
So, all right, I think we covered everything. Oh, Don's dying. That's good. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Bert Don or something.
Like as a child, as a newborn baby. That was loud. All right. Let's wrap this thing up. We've gone much longer than we should have. I've got nothing else. Our last video, our last podcast. Are you gonna die?
No, I'm good.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
He's dead.
Our last pod. Yep, he's dead. Killed it. I mean, for three guys that just decided to sit down and start talking to people, or each other, really, rather.
We now have thousands of viewers.
Thousands of views, thousands of viewers, thousands of listeners, and we appreciate that very much. So let's just try to keep this thing going, man.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else. What was... Shane, I feel like I interrupted you, buddy. What were you saying?
Oh, yeah. No, I thought you cut out. My bad. No, definitely. Let's keep up everything going on with the listeners, viewers, everybody. And you can find me at The Big Funk on all social media. And,
right.
Yeah.
Young Donald, your 2 cents.
As always, go XFL, and Roger Goodell is a punk.
He is a punk.
All right.
Signing out, the Morally Bankrupt Podcast. Have a good one, folks.
Later.